Hello YouTube, Plays back with a No Man's Sky update, just a very quick update today, and that's to let you all know that the Raidwant Overhaul V10 beta is now officially open for the public, so all of you can now go and download it, go and install it, and have the chance to play it alongside me, and tell me how much fun you're having with it, and share pictures and all of that good stuff. Now if you want to get the beta, the link is going to be in the comments and the description of this video. It's a Google Drive link, that's where you can go right away, download it. I've been given permission to share that. Raidwant is sharing it as well at the moment. We want to make sure it gets out to as many people as possible. So yeah, go and do that now. Have a great time with the mod and let me know how you're getting on. And of course, support Raidwant and let him know how much fun you're having with it as well. So that was the first thing that I wanted to cross off in this video. Other than that, I just wanted to go into a bit more detail about what kind of stuff is in the mod itself. Now, for anybody that's been watching my Overhaul series, I've got a modded series up on the channel at the moment. I'm a couple of episodes in. I'm just sort of getting into it. So there's a whole load of stuff for the mod that I haven't experienced myself yet, but I can say just after a very few episodes of playing it, is freaking incredible. There's a couple of key things that I want to talk about that this mod does and things that it sort of brings to the table, but the best way to summarize it for me would essentially be to say that this gives us the E3 version of No Man's Sky, you know, that pre-release one that we were all super excited about, like everything we had hoped and dreamed the game could have been. It's very close, if not it is that sort of level of experience that you get when you play this. It's been freaking amazing for me, having played No Man's Sky and loved it for so long, to go into something like this and get that fresh feeling of excitement all over again, like I'm playing it for the first ever time. Now some of the big things in the game with this mod that it actually does is the biomes themselves. So there's over 1,000 procedural biomes that have been created with their own sort of unique rules and algorithms, sort of handcrafted and put together just as part of the mod. So all of that has been developed and created by Raidwant himself, and it basically just massively increases the level of variety and epicness in all of these planets that you can find, and there are some truly incredible things in there. Think incredible, huge, densely populated jungle forest type planets that have large scale like collections of buildings, like cities and towns all grouped together, all kinds of just insane stuff that is just not possible in the core game that you've always sort of dreamed of seeing in No Man's Sky. It's in here. Like the first ever planet that I landed on, which is in episode 1, was the fairy tale mushroom planet that just had awesome, like, winding, spooky forests everywhere, and these beautiful, gigantic, like, mushroom things that just made everything look incredible. And it was all, like, glowing and magical, and like, that was the first thing I saw, like, the first planet that I landed on, without even getting a chance to, like, properly explore anything cool. That was just straight off the bat an awesome, like, perfect way to introduce me to the mod, and a great way to sum it up. It just makes for some incredible things to see, some really diverse and interesting biomes of planets that just could never exist in the core game, and it's a lot of fun to explore those. Obviously, you guys know that's the sort of thing that I love to do most. So that's the biomes. Now the other thing that's a little bit newer is actually the ecology overhaul. Instead of just being the biomes and the planets looking all crazy and cool and new and interesting, it's the exact same thing with the creatures as well. So think creatures that were in the sort of like pre-release trailers, things like the whales, things like the little running around gek creatures, look like little mini ones that run around. All the sort of creatures and stuff that we saw pre the game coming out, like in some of the trailers and some of the concept art and stuff like that, he has handcrafted those, or he's used like hidden game assets that weren't ever like released in the full version of the game, and he's built them up into like fully working, active, running around creatures and put them into the game with their own behaviors, their own habits, their own personalities, that kind of stuff. One of the really cool things that I saw on there was creatures that have a herd mentality. So you'll actually find with this mod, you'll find groups of creatures that will like run around in little mini herds, and they'll act in like interesting ways, and it's just like, that's just one thing that this mod does, but it's freaking incredible. Those two things on their own are just incredible. Like, that takes the game to a level that I hadn't even considered like being possible anytime soon. It's the kind of stuff that you hope about with all the updates, you know, maybe one day it will get to this. It's all there now, so that on its own is incredible, but on top of that, he's also included loads of cool little touches like the E3 HUD style sort of display on the screen, the E3 menus, and like just a much cleaner, slicker overall like user interface to the game. It's just really cool to see all of that E3 stuff like in the game, how it was like shown to be in the beginning. There's some other cool stuff in there as well, so spiral galaxy systems, so you'll actually see star systems where all of the planets are like grouped together in really cool, like, realistic spiral looking galaxies, and it just, like, stuff like that just looks incredible. That's like in the intro when you first boot up the mod. You'll see that as you're like zooming through all the stars, you'll see all these little spiral galaxy systems, and it just like straight away you're just like, it just gives you the shivers, you know, you're like, wow. And that's like, that is a good impression of the game, and that's the kind of level of fun that you get out of it. There's just all of this cool stuff that feels fantastic to explore and see and experience, so definitely check it out. Definitely go and thank Ray for all of his work. Download is in the comment and the description below. It's the Google Drive link. You can't miss it. Make sure you download it, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook. Make sure everybody finds out about this and gets a chance to play. And that's kind of all I wanted to talk about for the mod itself. There is one last thing that I want to mention, which is why the mod at the moment is only available via the Drive link and not on Nexus Mod. So, some of you who have been following Ray and me and other people on Twitter that are sort of into this mod and have been excited for it to come out for everyone may have noticed that it was released very briefly yesterday, so on the 22nd of December. It was released to the public for a while on Nexus Mods. The link was shared, everybody started going to like download it and have fun with it, and then it got taken down. Now the reason it's been taken down is not because at first I was like, oh, maybe Ray's doing an update to it, or he's noticed a bug or something that he wants to quickly fix, but I've spoken to him and it turns out it's going back to these people that have basically been giving him a lot of hassle for a long time. I won't go into it too much, obviously it's not my place to get involved, but it essentially boils down to there are people in the past that have kind of joined up with him and wanted to get some of their mod stuff included in his mod, and then they sort of changed their mind and said, no, I don't want you using my stuff anymore. So that was all removed, but now these people have kind of been waiting for him to release it, and every time he tries to release it, they try and claim that he's using their stuff or he's using their work and try and get it taken down. I've got no doubt it will be resolved in a couple of days. It will be very clear that that's not the case. All of this stuff is Ray's own work. And the stuff that isn't there from other people he has permission to use. These are just basically people that have their own mods, I guess, that don't want the competition, so they're going to try and stop it coming out for as long as they can, which is, I don't know, it's crazy. These things happen. Hopefully that'll be fixed and it'll be back up on Nexus Mods. But in the meantime, Ray does want everyone to experience it. It is ready now. The V10 beta of the Overhaul is out. You can go and play it, so please do that. And if you do play it, please let me know as well. Make sure you're thanking Ray. Make sure you're sharing, you know, screenshots, telling people to go and play it if you're enjoying it. But also make sure you're showing stuff to me, because I really want to see all the cool stuff that you guys are finding. Like I say, I'm only like a couple of hours in and I found some stunningly awesome things already. Some really incredible creatures, some really incredible planets, and just some cool little like scenes and moments already have happened for me. So definitely share all your little memories with me as well, and hopefully we can all have fun with the mod together. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Hopefully I haven't rambled on too much, and hopefully you're all already downloading this before you even get to this point of the video. So yeah, have fun with the mod, guys, and stay tuned on the channel to see more of me playing it, and of course vanilla as well. Take care, guys, and peace.